understanding what this really means for the community as well as the high performance users. It really puts Melbourne on the map.
Very soon these places will be filled with the cacophony of bouncing balls and squeaking sneakers and families enjoying the state.
The High Performance Coach, this facility will offer everything in the one place.
This ultimately is a building for the community. It's for all players.
Basketball in Victoria is massive. We are hundreds of courts short of demand. There are kids everywhere on waiting lists wanting to play.
It's also building on that aspiration through linking the high performance element of this building with the community element in the suburbs where people are based. We shouldn't forget to mention gymnastics. It's another sport alongside basketball which is incredibly popular in this part of Melbourne with incredible demand for new facilities. And these facilities here replacing facilities are certainly at the end of their life and will mean an incredible place for young gymnasts to come and develop their skills. There's a lot of excitement about what this facility will mean.
Wow, the project means a lot to us. We're about to lose our home at Boronia. It's getting demolished.
Victoria's got a long-standing reputation of delivering high-performance athletes. I think some of the facilities that we're delivering really provide a world-class standard. You look at the facility and how it's going to operate in all modes.
This is going to be a place that's going to be accessible for all.
It was a really unique challenge to bring together such a diverse group of users. Professional teams that are based here and training out of here. An administrative centre representing sporting groups at both the local, state and national level. Grassroots basketball. We've got a gymnastics user group, a show court, so we get a scenario where we get 3,500 members of the public coming and using this facility for large events. And so that was a challenge, but I think the key design move that unlocked that ability for everyone to come together and have a unique identity, but also have a collective identity of the place was what we call the town square. Really drawing on the motif of the village square to mix together and add vibrancy and exchange ideas, and that was core to the design from the start. The oculus within the town square, when the sun shines through that, it's casting a wonderful shadow that looks like the stitching on the leather basketball. And so we've used this motif of the structural truss, and we've highlighted that with just a splash of colour. And of course, being a basketball facility, the obvious colour to choose was an orange, inspired from that traditional leather basketball. There's a real story there too about place and making sure that we're using materials and designs that are of this area.
The fact that we do have such locally available materials as well as the skill set in Victoria to deliver to such a high quality was something that has really been championed. That includes locally manufactured trusses by a company from Campbellfield in Victoria. Another one that really stood out was the substitution of the roofing panels by another local company located in Bendigo. When you see the slabs go down, it is something that does really make you appreciate just how big the facility really is. One of the real challenges was obviously the quantum of steel in the facility. Seeing the first truss go up was a real sense of satisfaction. There was a lot of anticipation, a lot of planning. The truss was delivered. The size was right, the colour was right.
Things we look at reducing is energy. Using lights that when you come in they're censored, and when you go out and not using the space they go off. Also things like water. We use 6-star ratings for taps, for example. The initiative we did was time showers. So in case patrons leave the shower on and that wastes a lot of water, it's only a 30-second timer until the shower goes off. Making sure that we're using low adhesives so the air quality is really good. Our recycled waste is sitting at 91% for the total project, which is really good.
We're Development Victoria, and we create places for people to enjoy. It really blows my mind how the state government actually invests in this kind of projects. We were really lucky was to having a lot of women presence. I think every year we have more and more women involved in construction. We're getting there.
We have 42 Indigenous employees on the project, and it's been a great outcome for all of us.
One of the original ideas that began this whole project was the vision that Knox has for the sporting precinct. There is no way that council could do something like this on their own. I'm really proud that Knox Council was able to negotiate a great partnership with state government to make this happen. It did create 500 new jobs during the build and is expected to bring over 2 million people to the area. People from all age, gender and abilities will be able to have an opportunity to play here and to play alongside elite sporting athletes.
The high performance area is really special to see that now in use, with those teams now being able to utilise that whole space. Having the ability to have all the facilities under one roof is really a big game changer for them.
So you can have your court session. After the court session, you can go into the weight room, you can do your weights, and then you can go straight into the recovery pool. So to have everything in one venue is just so important from a high performance perspective. I just think it's so important to have really good female role models, because you cannot be what you cannot see. A facility like this, where young girls can come through and see the Flyers, see the Opals all training here and realise that they can do that, will hopefully mean more females will start playing basketball and continue to play basketball through the rest of their lives. There's going to be so many athletes who can benefit from this facility.
This is the only purpose-built gymnastics centre in Victoria. We're a square gym and able to therefore operate our routines and our rotations really easily within the gym. The upstairs viewing area is out of this world. It's fantastic. We've now engaged with Gymnastics Victoria and Gymnastics Australia to start running national events here as well.
Everyone that's walked in so far has just been wowed by the place. A purpose-built gymnastics facility is definitely a game changer.
To walk in and see what is now available to our young gymnasts is just astounding.
We've been able to build in some aspirational pathways. We've got glimpses and sight lines from the basketball areas of the facility through into the gymnastics.
I can't wait for the kids to see it and the families.
Feedback has been nothing but amazing. Everyone loves the place. We couldn't be happier, to be honest, to actually achieve this.
I think delivering the facility with more scope than was originally promised is an incredible outcome.
People will go back to their various communities and say, have you seen this basketball centre? It's unbelievable. A world-class, beautiful basketball venue that can cater for all basketball levels and all basketball needs.
The local kids just bouncing basketballs. That's the moment that I feel like, we did good. This is a great project.